This video is going to teach you how to assemble the long-handled weed puller. You do have the instruction sheet that comes with it. You can follow along with that if you prefer. It does refer to the parts, main parts of A, B and C, so I've labelled them A, B and C. I suggest laying them out like this to make it easier for you. And then we've got our bolts, washers and the screw fitting here, and then our two Allen keys and the handle. So the first thing we're going to do is to take off the safety caps on the end of part A. So we can throw that bit away. That was just to protect the metal. So we do the same thing on part B. This bit here, we'll pull that out and we throw that away. And then we're going to be sliding part C onto part A. And so if you have a look at the end of this here, there's a flat piece here. Well, there's a flat piece on this one as well. You can see there's a curve at the bottom and then there's a flat, so it only goes in one way. And so you're going to be pushing that in. It does require a bit of force, so you may need to put it on a table or a hard surface to do that. I'm just going to push it down vertically now. So I haven't quite got all the way. We want to get it all the way until that little black seam is in the middle and there's no other gap. So I've pushed them together so they're nice and snug now. And so the next thing we're going to do is put our bolts, our screws through here to tighten this up. So I'm just going to sit down to do this. It's much easier if you're nicely balanced for this part. So we'll take one set of bolts and screws here. We're going to grab the washer. You can see that the washer's got a curve on it here, and so that follows the contour of this pipe. So it's important to get it curving the correct direction. So we'll grab the long one first, we'll put it through there, and then we're going to push that into the hole. And you can see that we want it to sit nicely against the metal curve here. So that one's good. We'll turn it over. We can see it's just sitting out on this side. And so we'll do the same thing. We'll hold the washer over the top in the nice curved shape position. Then we're going to put our screw in on from this side. So I'm going to try and use my fingers to do it first of all. So we just got it finger tight, and we can see that the washer is following the curve of the steel. And now the next thing we do is grab our Allen keys to do the full tightening. So we'll put one Allen key on one side, we'll turn it over, put the other Allen key over here, and then they go in opposite directions, or really only one of them's turning and one of them you're holding still until you feel it's tight. Don't go over the top with tightening, otherwise you might risk breaking one of them, but just firm. And then we'll do the same thing again. So we're going to grab our washer and our long bolt, put it through, line it up with the metal, the curved edge like I did before, flip it over, put the other washer on, put our screw in, then use our Allen keys again to tighten it up. And we can see that they're nicely following the curve of the metal. There's no gaps. The washers are in the right direction. The next thing we need to do is to slide this handle on. So this handle has a hole in it there, and it's going to go over that knob there. So we're going to slide it in from the end and then push it past this bump here. So you may need to press down a little bit on that until it snaps on like that. So that's all good, ready to go. And now the last bit of our assembly is we just need to put this part of the handle onto the top. So again, the same process. We look for the flat side here. We've got a flat side on there. We slide them together with some force until there's no gaps here except for the bit of black plastic, and then we're going to tighten up our bolts the same process. So oops, I forgot the washer. So we'll put the washer onto the bolt. Make sure it's following the curve of the metal. Flip it over. Put our other washer on the other side, again following the curve. finger tighten, and then we might do the other one at the same time this time, and we can tighten both of them up. So we'll just push that through, push it onto the washer again. This one's a little bit tighter. That one was quite a bit tighter to push on, so you might have to just force it a little bit there. And then let's see if we can line it up with the hole. We're not quite lining it up, you can see it's slightly off center, so we'll try and improve that. Just going to use the Allen key to push it into the center position, and then check my washer is lining up correctly. Looks pretty good. Pushing it through. Yeah, it's sitting out now, so I can get the other washer on. And then our last screw. And again, make sure that the washer is following the curve. And I'll tighten that up a little bit with the Allen key. I'm just holding my finger against the other side so that it doesn't shift. And then we'll tighten it up properly with the Allen key on both sides. So you can see my left hand is holding the Allen key steady while my right hand was doing all the turning. So if you have arthritis or have trouble doing kind of finer detail work, you may need to have someone else help you do this process. And there we go. And so we now have our fully assembled weed puller, a little bit long for the camera to show all in one hit, but that's ready to go out and do some hunting for weeds in the garden.